Hi, my name is Sam Poland and I'm one of the Capstone module leaders. In this video, I will introduce you to what we mean by analysis in the Capstone module. This may be different to how you think of analysis at work or from your earlier studies. That's okay. But to be successful in the Capstone module, you need to understand what we mean by analysis. The value that a CA adds to their client or employer extends beyond merely calculating the numbers. Most of you will be aware that technology is capable of doing this, whether it is Xero, MYOB, or some other form of accounting software. What makes us valuable to our clients is our ability to use our technical knowledge and general business knowledge together with our understanding of our client's business to assist our clients to solve business problems. In Capstone, we structure this through the use of analysis and evaluation so that we can provide useful advice. To provide analysis, we need to be able to integrate our technical knowledge with information from various parts of the business, both internal and external. You will have had some exposure to gathering this information from your earlier studies when you used tools such as SWOT, PESTLE, and of course ratios. To make life easier, we've provided you with a toolkit to use in Capstone. You'll find that in the CRM. It contains ratios, information on SWOT, ethical frameworks, and many other useful tools. These help you gather and sort information that you can use within your analysis. Just remember though, that the tools themselves are not analysis. They're just there to help you do your analysis. Before you even start your analysis, you need to clearly identify what the client has asked you to do. Your analysis must do this. This is what the client is prepared to pay you for. So today we're going to look at the rubric for analysis and evaluation as we think about a client and his problem. We're going to pretend that the client wants to know why there is an overdraft when sales were up for the year after a large one-off contract was delivered in the last quarter. Please take out your copy of the 2018 Capstone Rubric for Analysis and Evaluation. If you need to, pause the video here while you get it. So what do we mean by analysis in Capstone? We've broken down what we mean into discrete parts. There are 4. We've used these as the criteria on the rubric for analysis and evaluation. You will be marked against these criteria. Some of you may have already spotted that on the slide is the criteria for advanced on the rubric. It is advanced because it contains all 4 parts. Let's go through them. Remember our client. He wants to know why there's an overdraft when the business's sales had increased after delivering on a large one-off contract in the last quarter. First of all, you need to be able to explain to him why the issue you have identified is an issue. Telling him a fact, for example, that payables is largely unchanged is not enough. You need to be able to explain to him why you think this is an important thing to talk about, based on the scope of the work you were asked to address. In this example, let's go through the slide. As the ABC contract has already been completed and the payment terms for your suppliers is 7 days, all of the payables associated with this contract have already been paid. So, you explained that the issue is that all of the payables associated with the contract have been paid. Now you need to explain why it's an issue for this situation. By this we mean, how is this issue in scope? At this point, the client still doesn't know this is impacting the bank position, so tell him this has contributed to the overdraft. On the last slide, we explained an issue to our client and linked it to the scope of the work we've been asked to do. Now we need to link that issue to the client's business. We're putting the issue into context for the client. The payables don't exist in isolation, so here we're going to link them to the receivables related to the contract. With the last remaining receivables associated with the contract yet to be collected, there is a timing mismatch which has led to the increase in the bank overdraft. And finally, we let the client know why he should care. In this case, we're telling him that there's nothing wrong with the payables. They weren't paid too quickly. Although creditor days has decreased, this does not mean that payments to suppliers has been made any quicker. Rather, it means that the unusual level of purchases in 2017 has distorted the ratio now that the payable balance has returned to its customary level. And so we end up with a complete piece of analysis covering the one issue associated with trade payables that aligns with the criteria for analysis contained in the Capstone Rubric for Analysis and Evaluation. This would achieve full marks. There are 2 columns on the Capstone Rubric for Analysis that we haven't talked about yet. That's because they are the things not to do. Definitely not things to aim for. We've included them on the rubric though because we think that if we tell you what not to do, there's a better chance of you avoiding them. So when you do your analysis, just get into the habit of checking that you haven't inadvertently done one of these things. Make sure your work is in scope, is material, is on topic, even if you think there's a problem with another area. In Capstone, you're going to have to assume that the client only wants you to do the work you're hired for. Your work must be technically correct from an accounting perspective, but also aligned with the scenario or business situation that you're presented with. And of course, it must be logical. So coming back to analysis in Capstone and what you should do, there are some important things for you to remember. You must meet the criteria for developing, explaining the relevance of the issue that you have chosen to talk about. And you need to link the issue to the business's operations or strategy. Remember, put the issue in context. And explain why the client needs to know about this issue, even if this is to say that it's okay. Analysis is a hard skill to develop. With practice becomes easier and provides immense value to your clients. Thanks for watching this video and listening to me. I hope you found it useful. You'll have plenty of opportunities to develop your analysis skills in Capstone activities, and I really do encourage you to revisit this video several times during the module.